Hey guys, welcome to the segment. This week we have Miss Karinda Gill, or Mrs. Karinda Gill from Abode New Homes and Abode Property Management. Great business, great reputation in the Northern Territory, and it's a pleasure to have you on. Come on, bam. Hey, listen, welcome.
Welcome.
So tell us, let's get straight into it. So husband and wife, Batman and Robin duo, how did that all start?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think we just, when we got married, we decided that we were going to be a team and we're going to build a life together. And Justin is a carpenter by trade. I had a business background. So I think it was just when the opportunity came up, it was the only logical choice that we would be in it together.
Yep. So tell me about the skill sets that you and hubby bring to the table. So your accountant background?
Yep, so I've got accounting business background. I'm also a licensed real estate agent, and Justin is a qualified carpenter and a licensed builder as well. So together we make a pretty good team.
Hey. So obviously you came up to the NT from Victoria.
Yes.
And that was how many years ago?
Oh, it was around 22 years
so
ago.
100% local now. So 100% local. So you've come up here and you worked up here. Obviously you came up with jobs or without jobs?
No, we came out without jobs. So we basically had an old car, an old caravan, $1,000 in the bank, and a 4-year-old child. Well, I think the dog too. That was our trip to the NT.
And so you planned to stay, or?
We were planning for 12 months.
Yeah,
we were coming for 12 months. 22 years later, here we are.
Amazing. How often do you hear that story about the NT?
Yeah,
we're just coming
so
for a short trip. So tell me about Abode New Homes, and we'll talk about the property management, but that's the business probably in the Northern Territory that's really recognised and has won so many awards up here. Tell me about Abode New Homes.
Abode New Homes is a residential construction company. We help anybody who's thinking of building a home. We can do everything for you, from your finance options all the way through to design, construct, interior design, even to the point if you're an investor, we manage the property for you. So we basically do a build, manage, maintain. We're very passionate about the longevity of homes and making sure that you're looked after into the future. It's not just about building and going, here's your keys. It's about going, hey guys, once you move in, if you've got any challenges, I want to know about them. So A, I can improve my product, and B, I can help you through that.
So, and you've also got a separate business, completely separate, where you obviously build new homes, but then you obviously sell, buy and rent.
Yes, so we have a real estate agency. It's called Abode Property Management. Predominantly in the past we've only done rentals, so we work on the philosophy of contented landlords and appreciated tenants, but we also do new existing home sales as well. So yeah, we anything houses, come and see us and we can help you. Basically, I even do renovations if I need to.
There you go. Stay away from my wife. Fantastic. So tell me, this is there is buying a new home has always, building and buying has always almost felt unattainable. It's too expensive, and generally we settle for, I've got to buy something cheap on the market. But is there a big divide between buying a new property and building it yourself and buying a second-hand property?
Well, it depends on your position. So especially for a second, third home buyer, you've got stamp duty to consider in amongst all of that. So if you're buying an existing property, you'll pay stamp duty on top of the price. When you build a property, there's only stamp duty payable on the land, so it's a considerable saving. Yes, yeah. So you might be looking to buy an existing property at, say, I'm making it up, $500,000, but if you're building a property, that then gives you $530,000 to spend. So, so yeah, and then you've got the benefit with a brand new home of warranties and those sorts of things. So you shouldn't need to spend any money on that home for at least 5 or so years, whereas you buy an existing home,
you're straight on.
The moment you've got the keys, the problems are all yours.
Yes.
And you don't know how old those air cons are.
Yeah, no, good. Great advice. So tell me, so Abode New Homes has enormous amount of awards. Your business won Telstra Business of the Year
2011, I believe.
11, and then you won Telstra Business Woman of the Year in 2015? 17. 17. So, and there's a whole heap of awards. Out of all of the awards that your business has picked up, which one's the one that really is close to you?
The one I think I'm the most proud of would have to be the Housing Industry Association awarded us the Australian Small Builder of the Year. So a lot of our other awards are Northern Territory based. So to be recognised as Australia's most professional small builder was just a dream come through. It's something we strive for, but to actually be acknowledged as that, it was amazing. It gives me goosebumps now.
So let me tell me, what are 3 mistakes in I guess either building a new home or buying a new home? What are the mistakes that brand new people to the market make?
I think their first mistake is they fail to have a plan. So obviously building or buying a home is a massive investment. So you need to have a little bit of a strategy around what you're going to do. So you need to stop and ask yourself, is this a home I'm going to live in forever? Is this just going to be for 4 or 5 years kind of home, or am I going to rent it out and use it as a stepping stone to build my wealth portfolio? So I guess the failure is that a lot of people don't think about what they're actually going to do with the home. So obviously, what will your life look like in 5 years' time? Are you going to have 2 extra children? Yep. We probably should plan for that at the start. So that is one of them. Another mistake they make is they quite often dive in and look for the cheapest possible home. So when you're building, especially, every builder out there will be the cheapest builder, but what sort of experience are you going to have? What sort of backup service are you going to have? And at the end of the day, when you're talking sort of $20,000 across a massive investment like a home, it equates to about a beer a week. So, for the sake of a beer
that's a lot of money.
For the sake of a beer a week, you may as well have a good experience than a really bad one. So you're going to have to live in that bad experience for the next 5 or 10 years. So make it a good experience. So that's one thing. And another thing, everybody at the moment seems to think they have to have 4 bedrooms, and that's the only way you're going to have resale. So, but that's not the case. If your 4-bedroom home is so tiny and your living areas are tiny, then you're not going to have that resale. So it's getting people's mindset around what they think is the right thing and what they actually need to do.
What advice would you give to young couples, individuals that want to buy their own home, but they also want to go on a trip to Europe or buy a new car, or a home just seems so far beyond anyone's reach compared to going out and buying a new car? What advice would you give?
My advice is, again, make a plan. So younger generation, I think they fail to plan. They tend to be a little bit ad hoc and go, I'm going off on a holiday, I'm going to buy a car, and it's all spur of the moment and doing it now. But if you have a little bit of a plan in place, I think the most important thing is to get a property first, save your deposit, because once you get a car loan or take a loan out for a holiday, you're then unable to get that home until that loan is paid out, because your serviceability is reduced. Whereas if you get the home or the asset, you want to go overseas, rent the home out, it's still part of your property investment portfolio. It'll help you grow, but a lot of young people do it the wrong way around. You need house, then other things.
But break it down for me, because most of us think if I was in Sydney, it would be almost unachievable to get a home as a 22, 25-year-old kid, okay? But what you're saying is that it actually is achievable. Are you saying between the same amount that you're going to pay $40,000 for a car, they can get in the game?
Yes, certainly. At the moment, the government has got amazing incentives. You've got no deposit finance. So basically, if you've been in your job for over 12 months, earn a decent income, and you don't have any debt, you could be in a new home just with government grants without using a cent of your savings. So a lot of kids don't realise that, and it is perfectly doable, but it's just educating.
Yeah, unbelievable. So, okay, that's pretty exciting. So, and they can just call you or your team, or how?
Yeah, certainly. They can, obviously, if we're talking first home buyers, they're all internet focused. We have an amazing website that's got lots of information. They can find us there. We've even got 25 homes that you can do a virtual walkthrough of. So it's a virtual display village. Jump on our website, give us a call, pop into our display home. It's open 7 days a week. And we'll be able to help you. Anybody who answers the phone can help.
Good. So let's put an absolute, let's say, absurd hypothetical on the table. Let's say the Chief Minister gave you a buzz and says, listen, I need some advice for a day, and all his advisors were all on sick pay or something, and that you got to step up to the Chief's office, and he had a blank bit of paper and said, Karinda, I need some help. What could we do? What advice would you give him?
I think if he's looking at future planning for the NT, I would really like to see a reduction in red tape. I think the next generation of entrepreneurs are a little bit risk adverse, and if there's so much red tape and it gets too complicated for them, they'll just find it a little bit difficult. So I think there needs to be a reduction of red tape and certainly more support for those upcoming entrepreneurs to be comfortable to get into business.
And tell me what's good. No, that's really good. I don't know if he's going to call you, but anyway, we'll push it through to him.
See how we go.
Mate, is there a lot of red tape in the building game? It sounds like it's just coming more and more.
Certainly, it is a crazy amount of red tape, from everything from getting through planning and as well as then once you're on site with your inductions and your work OH&S things. It's becoming more and more now, like you were saying earlier about the mandatory
manslaughter charges.
It's crazy. It's just
crazy.
Why would you be in business?
Yep.
Why would you put yourself through it?
Is this nationally or is this just the territory?
I think the territory is a little bit more complex than some of the other states, but I think it's probably a little bit across the board.
Yeah. All right, and tell me, what's with those sexy green cars running around town with a boat on the side of them? Where did that come from?
Oh, how did they eventuate? Somebody actually came along and we work next door to a wrecking panel beater shop, and somebody bought one in to get repairs done, and it was my colour perfectly, so I went out and bought some, and that's how it started. Now we're V8s and race cars and everything.
I love it. I love it. So if you were going to give a young couple that wanted to start a business in the Northern Territory some advice, and they said, Karinda, can we have a coffee with you? What advice would you give that young couple to starting a business or having a crack?
Well, my favourite saying in the world is there's no such thing as a problem. So you only have challenges, not problems. Sorry, I said that back to front. You only have challenges, not problems. So when my team comes to me and go, hey, I've got a problem, I go, no, you don't, you have a challenge. It just changes your perception on how you're going to deal with that situation. But I think for someone getting into business, it's certainly all about creating that foundation. It's like building a house. If you don't have rules and policies and procedures in play, you can't build a big foundation, a big building on that. So you need to have a nice level foundation of policies, procedures and rules, and then never stop learning.
Never stop. What's the ultimate dream for you and your hubby for Abode Homes? I mean, obviously what you've accomplished is phenomenal. It really a great brand, and it takes an enormous amount of life work to build a brand. It just doesn't happen with a brochure, okay? It's a life investment. So congratulations on that. But what is the dream for end goal for you and the hubby?
I think education is the goal. We want to franchise our business so we can educate other young upcoming entrepreneurs on how they can become successful, and hopefully they can do it a whole lot quicker than us because they won't be making the mistakes we did. So it's all about educating that next generation up and ensuring that they can be successful as well.
I think you're right, because there's not a lot of education around borrowing money. I know even as a young adult, 40 years old, my mentality was that I still had to pay for cash.
Yes.
But I didn't realise that paying for cash for everything kept me poor.
Yeah, so you've got good and bad debt and you've got leverage. So you need to be able to use those things. And if you understand the banking system, then you can, the sky's the limit. You can go as far as you want.
So I really want to give you a good plug, because I really enjoy your passion and your energy around educating, particularly, I've got 4 teenagers and I really want them to get this, because I didn't get it till way later in life. But so is it basically people can just give you a call at Abode Homes, speak to your team, tell us about that process, how it happens.
How it happens? Well, there's a number of ways you can do it, but giving us a call and we'll pop you in touch with the right person. You can come through our website. We actually have a finance quiz on our website that you can go through if you're wondering whether or not you could get finance, and we'll get in touch with you. But basically the process is you once you come into us and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking, we'll then do the whole process for you. So we'll organise your mortgage broker for you. We'll work out what you're comfortable spending. From there we'll tailor a package for you, and we'll go right through the whole design and construct. I always say to clients, it's a little bit like having a baby. You do all the hard work up front and then sit back and relax and let us do the hard work. So and then you'll move into a fully completed home.
The amazing thing that, for example, if that process doesn't work for an individual, you've also got the other business where they can buy an existing property as well. So you're able to help them right across the board.
Yes, certainly. And we also have a number of renters that we help with giving them savings plans and option as well. So if you're not in a position to move forward today, we can set you up a plan to get you there in the future. So it might be that you just need a little bit of time to sort out some of your current debt. So yeah, we actually mentor and help people along the way as well.
I think all of our staff are going to be lined up first. Okay, so 10 quick questions to finish off, okay? We do this for a little bit of fun, so we're not going to set you up to fail, but 10 quick questions. Favourite restaurant in the NT?
The Hunneman.
Go, Jimmy! Your overall favourite brand of oven?
Blanco.
Not to be sexist, but just thought I'd ask. Favourite eating fish in the NT?
Barramundi.
Go on the Barra. Favourite coffee shop?
Nico's.
Nico.
He's on the highway. It's a drive-through. It's awesome.
Go, Nico.
He's awesome.
That's good. Awesome. Favourite holiday destination?
Has to be my home.
Has to be home. That's good. Okay. Is there one lending institution that stands out above the rest?
Oh, that's a bit tricky. So they've all got different goals and aims and desires. So I think your best option is to have an awesome mortgage broker that you can go to that knows the insides of those lending institutions.
The mortgage broker is key.
Is definitely, and you need a good one.
Yeah, good. Awesome. Last question. This is a beauty. Who are the better clients to deal with, men or women?
Oh, I love brainstorming with women because sometimes men are just a little bit easy to get along with.
I can't believe it, but anyway, I'll take it. But listen, congratulations to you and Justin. You've built a great business. It's recognised right through the territory, and the amount of mentoring and what you've done out there is really, the territory's lucky to have you, and your passion and energy. I just wish you all the very, very best.
Thank you.
Go Abode New Homes.
Yes.
Yeah. I need one of them green cars.
Yes.